Hey everybody, welcome to this short video lesson on transcription I did of Julian Lage's solos on Margaret Glaspy's Best Behaviour. So I'll link to the video below. It's pretty cool. It's mostly this kind of hybrid picked melody that he's doing on a descending bass line, and then there's some short improvisations in there. So I'll play through it, I'll talk a little bit about the chords and the theory, and then I'll go line by line through the tabs. The tab's going to be in here, but if you want a PDF of the tab, then you'll have to support me on Patreon, which I'll also link below. Anywho, this is what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, that's how that sounds. Quickly, just about the theory and what's going on here. This is less about a chord progression and more that it's just a descending bass line in the key of E. And then it just repeats, right? So it's nice to just go through that. And the chords that he's playing, it's almost less about the chords and just kind of more that we're in the key of E. Most of what we're playing is just E pentatonic. So if you're really comfortable with the E pentatonic patterns, there's not going to be too much of a problem. So I'll just go through the chords that we have here. I'll write them up. We have an E major, kind of like this C shape. This chord is often like an E major over D sharp. Sometimes it's kind of played more like this B major over C sharp. Then we have a C sharp minor, or sometimes C sharp minor 7. Bass line here again is often the E major over the B, and then here we kind of switch it up where we have, this is a A6 chord, A6-9 with this open B string, so we have the top open 2 strings, so the 5th and root of the E. Then we go to this F sharp, and he'll often do it like this, where it's basically an E chord over G sharp. So I said F sharp before. I think more often you also get this, where it's almost like an F sharp minor 7 chord with these 2 open chords. So you could also think of it as like an E sus9 over F sharp, or sorry, E major 9. And then this is like the 2 chord. We have like an F sharp minor 11 and a B7 here. And then that basically repeats. Now, sometimes it's with that kind of strum pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another common thing that's happening is this like palm muted thing, 2, kind of like just quarter notes or eighth notes. But an interesting thing that comes up in the solo is he often does this pattern where it's kind of like the root note, a strum, and then the high string. So it's like 1 and 1, 2 and, right? That comes up a little bit later, but in kind of a weird rhythm as we go do this. So let's quickly go through first this kind of picked melody. So most of this is playing the bass note and then playing this little melody, but at the same time. Now if this is something you haven't practiced, it's a really cool technique where we're kind of playing a bass line and then just playing the melody over top. So he's doing hybrid picking anytime that he needs to. So if he has to get the bass and a note, he'll do pick and a finger. All right. If you're finger picking, you can do it another way, but this is a pick thing. Now he'll often do double stubs too. And if he's not picking a bass line, it's generally he's playing the melody with the note. So let's go through this first line here. right, so we've got mostly kind of in this fourth position pentatonic pattern, but we jump down here when we get to this F sharp. Right, we have to do some pretty big bars on this. Let's just move on to the next line. We do the next kind of descending line. Sorry, this is... That part, I think, is one of the toughest parts here, because we're getting this B... what are we... This note, and then your pinky has to go right up here to get this B. And he'll bring his pinky down to start this A6 chord. So let me play that line one more time. Oh. So that part I messed up a little bit. Okay, let's move on to this first little improvisation. So, let's just do that part. So this part is pretty cool, right? We're kind of going up the chords here. But the melody note is always going basically up a fourth. Right? There we break with the pattern and we have this line up here with the sevens. Okay? Now, the next part here, where we can kind of focus more on the chords, and we get a little bit of a different rhythm. It's still that kind of pick, strum, what did we do earlier? It was kind of pick, strum, and... But here we're kind of picking on the high note. Alright? Or... And we start with this E6 chord, and then we go to this... That's actually a slide down with the pinky, and we are at this B over D sharp. Then C sharp minor, B flat over, sorry, E over B flat. Then we hit this open string, the A6. Right, let me kind of go through this part. I gotta look at the tab here because I lost it. We're gonna start with this last beat. Into it. Now the tough part with this part is, because this threw me off for a while, because I hear that strum on beat 1, right? 4 and 1, 2 and 3, oh sorry, 2 and 3, and I start thinking of that as the 2, because originally we kind of 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and, but this is a bit opposite. 4 and 1, 4 and 1, or so 3 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And then we're back to playing the melody again, so we'll go line by line. Click through this. Well, then there's a verse. Then we come in with this next break, which starts with that same melody again. Here it changes because we start approaching this next line. So that's a cool little line here, and we'll just start we'll start actually here, 1 and then we start on beat 2 here, 2 and 3. Right, so we're just running up the E pentatonic. Ending on the third, and here we're getting the already the D sharp in the bass line. So let me play that part one more time. again, the tough part here is getting this bass line, so you can actually just walk through it and then play a little bit of the melody. Then we have this part, which is... Now this part's basically the same here. We have this E6, the B over D sharp, the C sharp minor 7, then the E over B, A6. Alright. So let's go through that one more time from... Okay, so last thing I'm going to do, just so you can kind of watch through this, is I'm going to play through it at a nice slow tempo with the tab on the screen. All the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck with this. This is a lot of fun. I love this kind of hybrid picking, playing sort of thing. I do have a worksheet that I do with students who want to get into this, so maybe I'll make a video for that later if people are interested. Because I have kind of some exercises that I find get people a lot more comfortable with this picking and playing. I don't know why I'm doing the night of the music. Anywho, till next time, good luck. Bye.